Yo, what's up, GG Nation, GG Legion? Your fella again, Straussman, the GG. Welcome to actual episode 20 of Golden God and Friends. My bad, you guys didn't really kill me in the comments about that, but that was funny. That was really, really funny. This is actual episode 20. Happy Easter to everybody today. It is Golden God's birthday month this month, for sure. We're going to have some fun. We're going to have an awesome podcast for you. Straight video games today. We're almost at 14,000 views. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for all the love and support. And let's get right into the new sub shout out right before I introduce my co-host today. Shout out to Steven Hudson, Mumblick, and Dylan Luke, my Aussie that I made friends with on Fortnite a couple nights ago. Oi, oi, oi. Shout out to the Aussies in general. Don't worry, a lot of you have asked me or texted me, where's that other Fortnite vid? It will be up. I'm going to record it. I have it recorded right. I just got to post it.
Too much 2K.
I already have it recorded. I just got to put it up. Once I put it up...
He's playing 2K too much.
It will be up. But, as you can see, the Bearded Wonder is here again. Chad, welcome back to the podcast. How you doing, man?
I'm alright. I'm hanging in there.
Hanging in there? It's definitely coming back. The Bearded Wonder's got his true namesake.
Next week it'll, maybe not next week. Maybe I think the week after.
You're gonna trim it up?
Yeah, I go about every 3.5 months to the barbershop.
Gotcha, yeah. I gotcha. Freaking Chad's super excited for MegaCon. Looking for his Velma. Inside joke. Inside joke. I'm pretty hyped too. We'll probably have a MegaCon podcast. Maybe our experiences this year. We did that last year as well. I did it with Mello and Six. Maybe I'll throw Chad on here this time.
Or you can actually record some footage of.
I will have some footage for sure on MegaCon as well, and I'll show you like my highlights and stuff. This year to me though isn't as hyped as I was last year. Just for Peel, because I like the video game voice actors and the anime voice actors, and there's just not like any of them so far this year. I know you're pretty hyped about it, but let's move on.
Pretty hyped. Bro.
Chad is super. He texts me every day like, Jason Momoa, Amy Jo Johnson.
You gotta go over that guest list.
Jessica Negri.
There's a lot of people coming.
Yeah, but like
Lucy Lawless just got announced.
I like the video game voice actors.
Those are always like last second ones though.
Usually, but I mean they only have Chris and Sean again.
I mean, shit.
Which is pretty cool. But I already got stuff signed from them. So
I mean,
I'll say hi again.
But the biggest two, anyways.
Yeah, they're pretty hyped for sure. But let's get into the video games of these episodes. Give you new releases that came out last week. Ni no Kuni, MLB The Show, and Far Cry 5. All games... Excuse me, sorry. Wow. All those games have done really well, reviewed well. They're going to sell well. Good stuff, good stuff. Go pick those up. All of them are fantastic. That's a really good week to end March off for sure, is, those games. The PlayStation Plus lineup has been announced. The two biggest titles, Mad Max and Trackmania. What do you think?
I'm not interested in either one of them.
Yeah.
The Bloodborne thing was such a big deal for me, and the same thing with Ratchet and Clank. I'm a pretty big Ratchet and Clank fan.
Both those games are fantastic, by the way. If you guys,
missed
I think
out.
You still have till Tuesday.
No, they missed out. I'm pretty sure. Or no, you're right.
You have till Tuesday.
Till Wednesday. You're right.
Yeah, you have till Tuesday, I think, to download those. So definitely go download them. I think it's really cool. I think Sony's been killing it every month. I like Mad Max. That game ended up being a lot better than a lot of people thought.
I don't really know what it's like.
Yeah, I'm going to download it for free. Definitely wasn't going to be one I would pay for. Trackmania is just a super fun arcade-type racer game. I'm going to play that for sure. I'm definitely going to do that. But let's get into February's NPD. So I'm interested to see. This is February, so this is a month ago. We don't have March's NPDs yet of the consoles, and there's been kind of shocking news in my opinion, because the Switch has been such hot fire cake. It is the hotness. People can't put it down. People just keep buying this thing, and
not me,
except for Chad. Chad's waiting for one game. He says that all the time, but I think that one game will actually make him buy it this time.
Oh, yeah, sure.
But surprising news in my opinion. Switch was third, Microsoft was second, and then Sony of course, is selling like hotcakes. I mean, they're gonna hit 80 million, which is insane to even think about in the console era where a lot of people said consoles were dead. But they're not. Obviously, they're not.
People have been saying that for a decade.
But is there any worries? You're not a Switch owner. Is there any worries that you Switch in third this February?
No.
Yeah.
Want to know why? Because we just had this conversation before.
We had it in the last podcast. But last podcast we were really certain that the game drought wouldn't hurt them because it's not really a game drought. They're gonna have a lot of ports, a lot of stuff to sell.
Just because they're third on the NPDs doesn't mean they're not selling. That's the other thing.
Well, they're selling games. That's not the thing. But Nintendo's goal is to hit 20 million
this year.
Selling
consoles
alone. I'm not saying 20 million now. Yeah. I'm not saying get 5 extra million to hit 20 million. I'm talking about they want to sell 20 million consoles this year from the president of Nintendo himself. His words. And based on this track record, I don't see it happening. I just want to know your thoughts. Do you think you think Smash Bros. Will sell them 20 million? I don't think so.
It's not just Smash Brothers. It's the online features, period. Yeah. So when all that does come out, you probably will see the people who are holding out go buy Switches. Because this is probably what they're waiting for. It's something that, hey, my friend doesn't necessarily live right next to me. Yes. He might live in a couple towns away, a couple states away. Yeah. This is what we've been waiting for so we can play Smash
and plus
together.
Life and a job and stuff like it. Sometimes we don't get to hang out. Like Chad and I don't get to hang out all the time. It's been it's been only a week this time since I saw you. Because I came over to your house with Night Phase and Mello. I think personally, it's a little bit concerning. It shows some slowdown, but overall they're going to be a powerhouse still. But I do strongly believe they need another title for December. They need something.
The funny thing is that you're making this argument, and they literally just had the best year of Nintendo's life.
Yeah. Well, they're doing well, but
not only did they have a console that sold well. Yeah. And really, shattered people's expectations of it. Yeah. Because a lot of people were very skeptical of it to begin with. And no, the Switch is great. The Switch is lovely. Everybody wants.
But what has kept you from it though? Why are you holding out?
Cash and time. I'm not rich. I just can't go out and buy things. Yeah. So I mean.
But you make decent money. You make a good. You could have bought a Switch for Super Mario Odyssey.
I could have. Like
I could rewind this tape and a few podcasts ago. You were like Odyssey.
I would like to play Odyssey. Did it? At the time, did it make me want to go out and buy a Switch? Which, by the way, it was still hard to buy a Switch when Odyssey came out.
It's more prevalent now.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to get a Switch now. But same thing with Xenoblade. I said I wanted to play the shit out of Xenoblade. And you know what? That phase that is like, oh yeah, hype for Xenoblade was there. Then
I'm shocked that hype was really well received. I mean, it sold 1 million in a month. I never thought. I was surprised it did too. Xenoblade. And your boy has put like 200 hours into that, and I really love that game. Still,
reason why you haven't played Monster Hunter.
It's definitely get hyped for make sure you hit that follow button on my Twitch so you know when I go live and we start live streaming. Gonna do a lot of Fortnite with this fella. Gonna do a lot of NBA 2K Supermax. I also do apologize. I was supposed to do a heat check pack, overview and tell you what cards were hot and what wasn't not. I recorded the vid, but it was just way too long. I didn't shut up. I didn't talk. I had nothing but great points, but it was just way too long, and I was like, I can't post this vid. No one's gonna watch.
Oh, man, just post it.
Post this vid. But back to the Switch. It's doing, like you said, it's the fastest selling console in America history ever, including PS2, PS4. But that's not world, though. No. That's just here. But by this NPDs and just going from their mouth, it seems like it's slowing down a little bit. Just a tiny little easy bit. No offense to Microsoft, but they haven't had like a legit like
I said before,
first party game.
It's spring. There are no new games out for Switch right now. So yes, I can understand why people aren't flipping out and being like, oh yeah, I need to go buy one of these. Yeah. Especially when most of the games that people are hyped for aren't until later on in the year, maybe even
But you
next
could say
year.
kind of the same thing for Microsoft, though. And, like, you think Microsoft would nudge out?
No, because Microsoft let out the Game Pass, and that's where all the hype is right now for Xbox.
Yeah.
Microsoft has absolutely zero game hype for anything coming either out of their brand, out of Xbox themselves or Microsoft themselves, or their first party stuff, which is Crackdown. Who cares about Crackdown? Who really cares about Crackdown?
I don't know. I never
why
seemed
they're
really
giving
interested
it to you for free in the Game Pass
of
Same thing with
Crackdown
Sea
at
of
all.
Thieves.
Like, and even Sea of Thieves, I never found that interesting at all.
Well,
like one.
No, it is interesting. It looks cool, but at the same time, everyone's fears about it being, what's the end game? How long is it going to take me to progress through it?
And the thing about Sea of Thieves as well, if you have Game Pass, you get that game for free. So go sign up for that. I think it's only like...
If you have an Xbox and don't have a Game Pass, you are wasting your time.
It is. It's a really smart idea. It's a really great idea. And I think I think in your head you think I'm jumping the gun. I'm only going through Nintendo's head and what they personally said right from the president's mouth.
Yeah, but
how are you going to get to that 20 million goal this year, Chad? I don't think that's feasible.
Online play. You make games like ARMS, Splatoon, and everything else.
Yeah, we can play those online already, though. Yeah, but like the official service finally. Which I think,
there's leaderboards, there's competitive play with other people.
I think they're going to drop that same day as Smash, but...
achievements are a really big
But I'm only
big deal to people.
Also, they're not doing that, though. They already said they're not doing that.
Yeah, they might not be doing it themselves, but I guarantee you certain games are doing it for it.
That's actually an interesting idea. I didn't think about it that way either. Maybe some games will actually have that.
It's not... I mean, we can sit here and say that it's PlayStation's job to put in all these trophies for these games, but it's not. It's these games' jobs to put in the trophies for
I think all they do is approve it.
Exactly.
I think that's all they do. They're like, okay, this is okay.
And I could see why Nintendo wouldn't want that. Because then it just becomes about...
Personally...
most people don't really care.
Personally, I wish they would have that. I wish they would have achievements. And
achievements are cool.
Trophies or something like that.
Like something extra to play for, I should say.
And hopefully, if they do patch that in, I don't have to replay Xenoblade to get all those trophies. And, hey, your boy put 200 hours in already. Can you
have to put another 200.
Slap him in the back a little bit, be like, good game, buddy. Here you go. Yes, but I'm also going from their track record from last year where they kind of had an outlier in the sense of they really didn't have any breaks at all. They had great games come out. They had, first party.
But it was really only two big games.
Yeah, it was Zelda and Mario.
Exactly.
But they still had Splatoon. They still had
came
ARMS.
Out early. ARMS was kind of a flop.
Sold over 1 million, though.
Yeah, still kind of a flop.
Still, a million's a million.
Yeah, but from the hype that you got from
ARMS, for sure.
From what they were trying to push from it, they wanted it to be the next Smash, and it flopped.
But what's that second game that's going to get you there since they don't have a spring game? Like, Kirby's not selling consoles. Donkey Kong's not going to sell console. Hyrule Warriors is not going to sell consoles.
Hyrule Warriors don't. If I was saying anything was selling a Switch right now, it'd be the Toad game that's coming out or whatever.
I don't even think that would. Dark Souls won't sell consoles.
Didn't people buy the Switch a lot to play Skyrim?
I don't know how... I think it did well on Switch, for sure.
I mean,
But they didn't buy a Switch they already had it because of Zelda.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, but... I mean, I could see people buying a Switch to play Dark Souls. Especially like a remastered version of Dark Souls.
Maybe, but I wouldn't, not like 1 million or 2 million or something like that.
You never know, bro.
Like, a lot of people already have the
Switch.
Switch.
Big following.
Like you said, it has 15 million already? Like, that's a lot, man. And we're not discounting that. That's amazing. That is so good. But why is Sony why is the hype not dying with Sony? Why is it keep going?
It never does, though.
Okay. Like you made an argument about spring games and stuff. But that lineup we just talked about for I know it's third party. Some of it's third party.
Not just Sony.
But 2 of them are Sony games. Ni no Kuni and The Show.
Ni no Kuni is not selling PlayStations.
I wouldn't say The Show is selling PlayStations either.
No, The Show doesn't sell PlayStations.
But I mean, with that though, you're still selling. The hype of the console is still high, is what I'm saying. Yeah. Like, they're having games every month. Like, boom, boom, boom,
also
boom.
A bigger company, Nintendo, though.
I would say Nintendo's a bigger company.
What? You're going to tell me that PlayStation doesn't own more?
The only thing that's really making Sony money right now is PS4. There's nothing else really making it.
Yeah.
Like,
but
TVs aren't selling as
well.
well.
What I mean is that Sony owns more properties than Nintendo does. So
I'll
Sony
give you that.
can make more
These
games
are
than
two
Nintendo
heavyweights
does.
for sure. Like, they're two
Especially when
big-time
Nintendo
heavyweights.
isn't. Excuse me.
But
Nintendo's not also all in on the Switch yet. They are still supporting the 3DS,
which I still find very strange.
Why? Because it's still doing very well. They're
Well, it
still
is.
selling
It
games.
is, but this is doing
This
better.
is a business decision, bro.
Yeah,
it's money
absolutely.
based, and there's.
But there's a game on this
money.
list we're about to talk about that is not coming for 3DS, and it's made for 3DS, which is really interesting. But like, what's that other? No, sir. What's that other game that gets them? What's that mystery December November title that gets them?
It's not a mystery December or November title. It's the October title that's gonna drop with the online service. It's Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers is gonna sell Switches, and if you think it's not, you're kind.
It is going.
I don't think it's going to sell a shitload of Switches. Obviously, they'll be lucky to sell probably 4 to 5 million off of that just one launch.
Yeah,
but
absolutely,
that's a boost, you know.
Yeah.
And then you get November sales, you get Black Friday sales. That's going to sell a lot of Switches.
Mm-hmm.
You get Christmas sales. That alone sells probably 5 million Switches. Like,
I would say both of the
the end of the year is so far away. Like, those
I'd say
numbers are
November,
go
December,
up.
maybe both combined is 5 million for sure.
No, for sales.
Not game sales,
Come
but
on,
like
bro.
Switch. I don't think a lot. Like, I don't know. Maybe.
No, well, that's the thing. If you're trying to buy something new, and you're trying to get, or your kids want something new,
like
they've had their PS4 or their Xboxes for however long.
Yeah.
The next new thing is the Switch.
Yeah.
Most kids probably didn't want the Switch last Christmas because it was only Zelda and Mario.
But the thing
When
is, people
Smash
did
Brothers
want the Switch last Christmas. Like, clearly they wanted the Switch
not-
last Christmas.
I bet you that hype will be higher this Christmas.
I think it would be a little bit lower.
No, Smash Brothers is a bigger game than Mario Odyssey. That's a joke.
That's tough.
That's a joke. That's just like saying Mario Kart isn't the best-selling Mario or Nintendo game ever. Mario Kart is the #1 selling Nintendo game of all time because all it ever does is compete with every game that ever comes out for any console.
I mean, that's an interesting point. Like, I wonder how people would view...
It's a party game.
Smash Bros. And Mario and stuff.
That's the thing.
Like,
it's a party game. It's a fun party game.
Like, you know, even
Smash
Zelda...
Bros. Is the same way.
Zelda won Game of the Year, and I think it only sold 5 million copies. Probably a little bit more now.
Which is a lot for Zelda.
It is, but Mario Odyssey sold 9 million, which is insane. Like, that's insane.
But it's Mario.
That's insane.
But it's Mario. It's expected.
And I'm not saying Smash Bros. Isn't a fantastic game. I get it every time, obviously. So I love Smash Bros. It is hype. We had Chad got a little emotional last time about the port/non-port of Smash Bros.
I still think it's a new game. To the guy. So I'm proving wrong.
I don't think. I think Smash hype is a little too high. I think it's more. It sells more right here. Hype is more up here.
It all depends. If you're okay, you know what?
In October,
we'll have this discussion right now. If this game gets announced as a port, you're right. You're 100% correct. This game is not going to sell Switches. If this game gets announced,
it will still sell. Even port or not, it's going to sell. It's going to sell Switches.
No. Well, you were just saying hype level. Smash hype is up here. If it's
way
a
up
new
here,
Smash, the hype is still going to be up here, and sales hype will show that. If it's a port, you're not going to get people buying Switches to play a port.
Yeah. Like, again, that's a really... Like, a lot of people don't understand the verbiage with that word. Like, I don't mean Hyrule Warriors DX. Like, they're going to market this as a new game. But they're going to use a lot of assets from the Wii U.
But that doesn't matter. Reusing assets and... Like, even say they took the Wii U game, just remade all the graphics, but
they can't... Like, it's already in HD. I don't know how you... Like, you can up it a little bit.
That's the thing, though. Like, what about it? Like, why do you think that they're just going to reuse everything that they used in the Wii U game, bring it over into the Switch, especially if they want to sell Switches?
This is my reasoning. Is a game you said earlier, Captain Toad. Everything that did not sell on Wii U. The Wii U...
I thought Captain Toad did decent on Wii U. And
nothing on Wii U did decent.
Back.
Besides Smash Bros.
Did all right too.
Smash Bros is the only one that kind of did decent. It sold like 2 million or something.
I mean, when I say decent, I mean...
like, no. Like, Bayonetta 2 got a really high Metacritic, 92.
Yeah, but it flopped in sales.
It did not do anything on Wii U.
Because it didn't do shit.
Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Yeah, but those are... Levi, you're also talking about games that don't appeal to American players. I would say 70 to 80% of people aren't playing Bayonetta. Aren't playing...
But you're right. But now that you put them on Switch, they both are selling like an instant million.
Bayonetta's... I think Bayonetta actually undersold what they were expecting it to sell when they announced it.
Probably a little bit.
It was like only 14th or something in physical copy sales or whatever.
Probably, but with digital sales, it's probably a million.
I said, that's why this NPD list is kind of bullcrap, because at the same time, like...
Well, it isn't like...
No, those are consoles.
This is legit console. This is the actual sales.
NPD sales are kind of bullcrap.
Like it's not fluff. This is the real deal. Yeah. This is the legit list. And I think this list will be the same in March, to be honest. Because of Sea of Thieves and Game Pass still probably having a little bit of hype. PUBG
Maybe.
Still selling a little bit.
I think that Sea of Thieves hype's gone.
But
I think that... I kind of think you miss waves. Because it's just like how you were saying, like, you were ready to hop into Monster Hunter. I was like... I'm pretty sure that ship's already sailed. Like, if you're already as far back as you're going to be when you hop into that game, like... You're going to get in and just realize that you have so much catching up to do, you're not going to want to do it. Because it does take that much time to do it.
It takes a little bit for sure, but I mean...
Longer than you think it does.
No, you're right. You're right.
Because it's not necessarily just getting through the
campaign. Because they keep adding to the game.
But it's the cap levels. Because each cap level unlocks new stuff.
Yeah.
I'm in the middle of the road where I should be higher than what I am, but I'm stuck at a cap level. So I'm only at Hunter rank 49 when... most people have been at
a lot of people, like, I don't see you play that game as much as a lot of people. Even Mello, I don't see Mello on it at all.
Well, when you said Mello played it a lot, and then when he told me he was just about to get to the Elder Dragons, I laughed.
Yeah, because you're way ahead of him, right?
That's literally like, let's just say you did the story missions and went through the game, that's maybe 25 hours of gameplay just to get through the story campaign. Yeah. Maybe. And
that's a lot. That's a lot for sure.
I mean, we say it's a lot, but that's nothing compared to
the whole game.
Games that I put 200 plus hours in.
But again, I put 200 in Xenoblade. I don't even want to look at my numbers in 2K. Like, I don't even want to look how much 8 hours.
Probably worse than my Fortnite numbers.
Like, I don't know. You play that game a lot. Like, you really every day. Even before you got here, you played it.
How long do you think you played 2K total?
Oh, I don't even want to.
Is it over 160?
Huh?
Is it over 160 hours?
Oh, easily, dude. Hell.
Okay, so you've destroyed my squad Fortnite matches.
Yeah.
Because I'm at like 160, which is nuts.
That's pretty good though. That's a lot of hours.
No, that's just squad matches.
But again, 2K came out September, so I've been playing it a little bit longer.
I mean, that's roughly like a month later is when I started playing Fortnite.
Yeah, because you and me both downloaded it around October.
Yeah, it was right around my birthday.
I was playing it early on a lot, and then I stopped for a little bit, and then I'm back on playing a lot with my cousins. You guys are beasts. I love you. But again, with sorry to get distracted a little bit.
No, we're gonna get distracted.
It just happens. Yeah. It just the free flow of the console. But
we just jumped so many topics right now. It's ridiculous.
The thing is, I don't think. Again, with Smash Bros., I don't think it's the October game. The online service, as of right now, it could change anytime, is September something, like September 15th, blah, blah, blah.
Well,
that's when Smash Bros. Comes out.
No.
Same day.
You can't launch the game with the online service.
You
have to let that online service at least somewhat operate before you throw millions of people.
Well, they'll probably have a beta test or something.
But... Yeah, but think about that, bro. If the online were to release the same weekend as Smash Brothers, think about how overloaded those servers are going to be.
Because I guarantee you, Chad, they've been working on this for a while now.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter.
They already tested it.
PUBG thought they were going to be all right, and then it got stupid popular, and their servers stopped working. They had to fix everything.
Yeah.
Fortnite did the same thing.
Yeah.
Fortnite got stupid popular, and their shit got messed up, and they had to go.
Yeah, but that's the nature of the beast. Sometimes that just happens.
But we're talking about like Fortnite had been going strong for like 5 months, and then they got like a 2 million player or user boost.
Yeah.
And their servers couldn't handle it. Like, I can't see Nintendo sitting here. I can't sit here and say Nintendo's gonna have however many server farms pumping, just for Smash.
I can. They got to launch it the same day because this is my thinking. You get the subscription for the service, you sell the game, and then you possibly sell a console all in one. Boom, and that's what they want to do.
Yeah, but I think that the game, like even if it came out like 2 weeks after the service, just that game coming out around the same time is gonna sell. I
think it's September though. I don't think.
I just think the online service period is gonna sell the console.
I don't know because to be fair, like their UI alone is pretty boring. A lot of people want to update. A lot of people want a lot of stuff going on. I'm sure
there's probably going to be more stuff added.
Yeah, like people want themes and some other things.
I think Nintendo was actually really smart about this.
Yeah.
Instead of just
they're incredibly smart. We're not knocking Nintendo. I'm not knocking
Instead of just throwing something onto the Switch, they wanted to listen to, okay, what do people want? What do people want our online service to be like? What should we incorporate in it? And what price should it be? Because that was a big thing. Like, what are we going to include in our online services to, either sweeten the deal?
So far, it's labeled as 20 for a year.
Is it 20 for the whole year?
I think 20 for the whole year or 30 for the whole year.
If
one of the
two. $20 or $30 for the entire year, that's perfect. That's not even not even bad.
This was a press listing a while ago.
I'm pretty sure people who've had Switches are going to get probably either the rest of the year free or the first couple months. From what I understand.
Well, right now it's all free right now.
No, yeah, because it's all free right now.
It's all free right now. So no, they're gonna charge. As soon as they can charge, they're gonna charge. They're gonna make money off it. Doesn't mean you necessarily need it to play games online or anything, but they're gonna charge when they feel it is up to their code.
Oh, bro, they can easily retroact all those Switches to not get charged for the rest of the year. Then
I think that would be really nice.
That would make sense.
I think that'd be really nice, but I don't think they'll do that. Because I would want them to do that, but I don't think they do.
I don't see why they wouldn't, truthfully. Yeah, you know what? That wouldn't even surprise me if they came out like a month before and even said like, hey, if you buy a Switch in this month, you do get free for the rest of the year, and then finally you'll have to buy it.
You know what? That'd be really cool. I hope...
I could see him doing it.
I hope that's right. The reason why I don't see it happening is because of this.
I mean, yeah, it's a money thing, but
it's money. They want money.
I think it's gonna bring money anyways.
Well, for sure, people are gonna get it anyway. People love Nintendo. Even with Smash Bros. Wii U, terrible internet. People bought that game, still played it, but it had terrible internet. I mean, it was awful.
You know what would have been funny? Looking back down at the review or your little layout thing of the podcast.
Plot outline.
Otani just shut you down, bro.
I'm happy though.
Yeah, so am I.
I'm happy. I didn't make that to hate. Like
yeah. Well,
I just wanted to talk about it
when I first read it, so that's why.
Like I just want to talk about it because that's how it was. But back to your point, like about the Smash Bros. That game had such amazing roster, and it just died on the Wii U. They cannot. And it's just the track record you have seen. Like they're porting over everything, Chad. They're bringing everything over.
No, I don't think they can because of licensing issues. You're not going to have Cloud in this game. I 100% guarantee Cloud will not be in this game.
It'd be interesting. It better if they bring a different character.
They won't. That's part of the reason why I fully believe it's a new game because of the licensing issues from the last games. You may see reused characters like Ryu or.
Bayonetta will definitely be
Bayonetta because
Pac-Man, Sonic,
but trying to get Final Fantasy characters back in it, like maybe even like Snake or something like that, like those are going to be a little far fetched.
I hate to say it because Snake's done.
I mean, if Banjo-Kazooie's in the game, then it's a new game.
Yeah.
If you get a brand new character in the game, it's the brand new game. It's a brand new game.
I don't necessarily. Again, like we talked about this last time,
because there's no way they're going to reuse the level assets.
Because you off camera, you told me it's too soon for Pokemon and stuff like that. There's no way, if you go by the track record of Smash Bros, there's way too soon for a completely just new Smash Bros.
I agree, but I also think that Smash Bros is an easier game to make than Pokemon.
I would say you are wrong.
No, because... Okay, think of it this way. Was there a Pokemon on Wii U? Could you play Sun and Moon on Wii U?
What happened now?
Could you play Sun and Moon on Wii U, or is that just a 3DS game?
That's just a 3DS game.
Okay. Pokemon's making a leap.
Yeah.
Smash isn't.
The thing is,
That's a good point, though.
No, hold up.
Pokemon is making a big leap.
No. A lot of people think because Pokemon's going to be on Switch, it's going to be completely different than what we see in 3DS. I'm starting to think it's not going to be that different. It's not going to be
completely different, but
it's going to be pretty similar.
The graphics leap is a lot bigger for them to for that game to make that leap. For that game to go from a 3DS to a Switch, like it's not going to look like it does on a 3DS.
It'll be HD for sure.
It's gonna look a lot nicer.
Yeah, you're right. But how nice though?
I honestly think it's gonna look really good. I think it's gonna be like Dragon Quest-esque.
I think
really nice.
That might be the next one. That might be Gen 9.
No, I think that's what they're doing for this one.
Because this one,
I think the only reason why they acknowledge people's worries about there not being a Pokemon or the porting not coming to it was just because people were up in arms about it.
Yeah,
they're like, oh, why aren't we getting this? We want this. Why aren't we getting it? Well, relax. We're making something brand new for you.
Games take time, guys. Like it does.
Chill out. Enjoy Sun and Moon for a little while longer, and then we'll.
Well, you kind of jumped the gun. We'll talk about the PUBG Fortnite in a second. You jumped the gun. With the Pokemon rumors really prevalent, we're gonna find out some new stuff this month, even possibly a Pokemon Direct. I showed you a grain of salt. It's been all over the Twitterverse of the leaked quotation Switch Pokemon, but I don't necessarily think that is real. But in my head, it made me think a little bit differently, because in my head I had the same thing you did. I thought Pokemon is going to have this huge jump on Switch. It's going to be so graphically amazing. It's going to be open world.
No,
it's gonna,
no.
But
I never said it was going to be open world.
Yeah.
It's going to have
but that's what I thought.
Graphically. I don't think that game should ever go open world, because it's not... Pokemon games aren't supposed to be open world. They're supposed to be stories. So they want to lead you on a path, or you'll never get over it. You'll never get through it.
I know, but look
like the shiny stuff and all the extra crap that they put on the end of Pokemon games, like that's all fun stuff. Like, if you want to go out and try to collect all the shinies, you can. Don't be like, oh hey, no, we're just gonna.
That's a lot of resetting.
That's just gonna make like a. We're just gonna make like a big quest. Find 100 shiny Pokemon in this open world game. No,
the Pokemon president recently talked about of the Pokemon company. He recently talked about how, Pokemon games do take time, like you said.
Yeah, they take a lot of time.
They take a lot of time
because of the story, too.
But hold up.
Necessarily the game itself.
But hold up. Let me finish. But he said not to get your hopes up, to make it sound like this Pokemon game's gonna be like the end all. It's gonna be very similar to what we've seen
for sure.
And I don't think graphically it's going to be that super amazing. I think it's going to be very similar to what we've seen, but higher res.
Just because you're kind of thinking of it and you've seen that picture.
I think it's going to look like that.
Like the graphics bump in it is going to be dramatic, because you're not going to be used to seeing a Pokemon game like that. Think about when 64 came out.
Yeah.
And you got your hands on Pokemon Snap for the first time. Like, that blew my mind. Oh my god, Pikachu's jumping around. Oh my god, I can take pictures of this.
Pester ball.
And then Pokemon Stadium came out, and it was almost like you could battle in real life.
I know, that's all I've ever wanted, was a game like that, like Pokemon Stadium. But, remember on GameCube Pokemon DX, where you could kind of roam around a little bit?
No.
You never played that one?
I don't remember it.
You don't remember it at all? Okay. But you could roam around and you could catch Pokemon.
I think that's also when I got out of Pokemon. And
yeah, you took a break.
And didn't take a break. I think that's when I transitioned into PlayStation.
Pokemon's not cool anymore.
Final Fantasy.
Pokemon's lame.
Because that was when, it was the decision do I want to get an Xbox or do I want to get a PS2?
Yeah.
And my brother wanted an Xbox because he wanted to play Halo, and I was like, no, I don't have anybody to play Halo with. We don't have the internet connection to do it anyways.
Yeah. Halo 1, you couldn't do that anyway.
Give me a PS2 so I can play Kingdom Hearts and Final
Fantasy. Which were fantastic. Fantastic games. The other rumor, like I explained to you guys, I didn't think I did a good enough job, is that we will, in this newer movie, like you guys said, it's not necessarily going to be, announcement of a new game, but we will see the final Pokemon of Gen 7, which means it's end of Gen 7. They're sweeping it under the rug. And you know what also says that, they don't want to talk about Gen 7 ever again? Is their toy line. They are not making any more toys for Gen 7. I think the Pokemon community in general kind of wants to sweep Sun and Moon under the rug.
Well, it wasn't really.
They took a lot of risk on it, for sure.
Not that they took a lot of risk, but
well, they did. Like there was no Pokemon League.
There was a lot of reuses of Pokemon.
Yeah.
It was more like they were just trying to beef up Gen 1
a little bit,
and then add to it a little bit.
Yeah. Obviously, but they took a lot of story risks.
Well, there wasn't like Gen 7's a really small group of Pokemon.
It really is. It wasn't a lot of. You're exactly right. In Gen 7, they even the Pokemon community, I just feel like they're kind of they want, like, they know new is in the head, like the new is in the head.
I think they realized that, and I think that's why Sun and Moon lost a lot of its steam when it did.
And then to your point, where you think Pokemon's also too soon, is I just found out that the Ultra Sun and Sun and Moon was not made by the A or B team. It was made by like a C, D team. It was so they've been working on this Pokemon Switch game for a long time, for a little while now.
Probably, but it's still.
I know what you think. There's a huge possibility it's 2019, but honestly, Chad, if it looks like that, what I just showed you,
if it looks like that, that's garbage, and I don't even want to see it.
It's gonna be this year if it looks like that.
We'll go back to the Smash Brothers thing. If it's a port, if it's something that doesn't make people happy, they're not going to buy it. They're not going to be pleased. They're going to be disappointed in the end. They'll probably still buy it. My bad. I said that completely wrong. The support's still going to be there. But if it disappoints people, it's going to burn them longer in the long run. I don't think the support will be there down the road. And that's the same thing with Smash. Like, even though the creator of Smash doesn't really want to do it anymore, like, there's so much
Nintendo gives Sakurai a break. The dude's dying.
Yeah, he sacrificed so much of his life for that game.
Yeah. He even said he's working every day on this one.
Yeah, there's so much push behind it outside of the company that it's like it's never going to slow down. Everybody's always going to want more Smash or that next level of Smash. Yeah. Because that hype and that passion has always been there for it.
Which is what my point is. It doesn't matter what Smash it is. It doesn't matter what Pokemon is. People are going to buy.
No, I think the Pokemon does matter, because not all Pokemon games sell.
Pokemon's like one of the best-selling things ever. Even Sun and Moon sold the crap load. Yeah, even I bought into the hype.
Are you going to buy Detective Pikachu? Are you buying Detective Pikachu?
I don't really consider that a Pokemon game.
That's a Pokemon game. Stop joking around.
I don't consider
That's just like all the Rancher games and everything else that they make.
What I consider a Pokemon game is like the traditional
Get out of here, bro. If it has the word Pokemon in it, it's a Pokemon game.
Yeah, but in my mind, I don't like the spin-offs as much. I always really like these ones. Like the traditional JRPG.
I don't like the spin-offs of God of War, yet they're still God of War games.
No, you're right. The title is, but in my, I'm allowed to have opinion, guy. I'm the GG. Bell! Ah!
I mean, I got him tilted. I'm happy.
But no, I see your point. But I think they'll sell a lot anyway. I think that's their second game, because Metroid Bayonetta 3 cannot come out this year unless there's a surprise.
So I really do think Metroid could be a sleeper December title.
I don't think so. I don't think it's possible.
The only reason why they
maybe Bayo?
Yeah, but you don't do what you did
last
year and show something. You know what I mean? You don't want to give a date, because you want that E3 presence. You want.
I think they're gonna have a really nice E3 this year. I think it's gonna be really fun.
Joke. It's gonna be ridiculous, especially if it's a new Smash Brothers. They come out with a new Smash trailer.
But what can you really think of? Lineup. Like in your head, what could be that December game? Like that sleeper hit, like that Xenoblade. That helps push consoles a little bit.
In a Chad world, it would be Metroid. It would be Prime.
Okay, you want Metroid?
It would be Prime. I could easily see it being early next spring or whatever, or next summer.
Back to my earlier question, what? Well, yeah, possible. I mean, you never know. Why? Like, I know the money situation, but what's the game that's gonna make you jump?
I'm buying a Switch for Smash Brothers, so I can kick your ass daily.
All the frustration on the podcast, you piece of crap. I love this guy, man. That's why the Patriots.
But that's why I want one though, is because
you
know, even with my PlayStation, like I can't just hook up with everyone and play all the time.
Yeah.
I do believe Smash Brothers is going to make everyone buy Switches, and I'm going to be able to play with everyone all the time. I'm going to be at work playing Smash Brothers instead of working.
Yeah.
Just giving y'all a heads up.
And Pokemon.
No.
But
see, that's the difference, too. If we get a Pokemon game, would you want it to be more of the mobile kind of Pokemon game that you've had for years? Or would you like it to be more that console game where you're sitting down playing it on a controller?
I think it's going to be a handheld. I think it's going to be very much like the handheld game.
See, but I think the new generation of Pokemon game is off handheld. I think if you want it to be that big open world game, I think it's not going to be on. I think it's going to be less of that handheld.
Again, I don't expect big open world till like Gen 9, maybe Gen 10, Gen 8. I don't
expect it at all.
I think Gen 8 is going to be very much like what we just seen.
I don't want to see it.
This is it might be Pokemon Switch, but it's going to be 2 games. It's going to be 2 games again.
What do you mean? Oh, like there's going to be like a Sun and Moon.
Yeah, they're going to, past or present or whatever. Like whatever they call it. Future past, or
Stars and Bums.
Like
Stars and Stripes.
It's gonna be interesting. Let me read some Smash Bros. Huh?
They're making what? Never mind.
Stars and Stripes. You said.
Pokemon freedom, bro. Pokemon liberation. It's the liberation of Pokemon.
Like
Pokemon take over people and make people battle.
I just
human mons.
You fuse with your Pokemon.
They're gonna feed me a leaf stone. I'm gonna turn into a leaf guy.
I just with all this Pokemon hype recently, all the diving deep I spent looking at a lot of Poke YouTubers, how big they're well known in the community.
Bro, you had to go deep cut diving to get any information about that.
Yeah, and shout out to all you guys that make great content.
There's not even like an article somewhere like of people even talking about it. So if game news,
Twitter, I went everywhere. Like Twitter, I went everywhere. Like I went everywhere. I dug deep. I looked at the leaks. A lot of the leakers, Chinese leaks and stuff like that, Wakanda, they all kind of believe that this is real. I don't know yet. I still kind of like a lot of people don't want that image to be real. It's for popcorn.
I was gonna say your popcorn came in.
Yeah, for popcorn. For Wakanda, we had that in the Black Panther spoiler.
I don't like how the game was.
Yeah, it was really cool. Like it's a child's toy, but I bought it anyway.
Well, you're a big child, Levi.
Yeah, I am. But I still think it's a big positive. Like all the leaks, like the merch leaks and everything like that, it's all pointing to sweeping this one under the rug and moving on. Time to do some newer stuff, build newer hype. Yeah, does it, like you said, still could be 2019?
Pokemon Snap 2. What if that's an aerial version of Pokemon Snap?
I wish they would, I know how you said it last time in podcast and we were all laughing and stuff, but I really wish.
I'm serious.
I really wish they would do a Snap 2. I really think. Did you ever play Sun and Moon?
No.
Well, they kind of had some of Snap in there. Because.
You take pictures of your Pokemon?
Like, you'd find a certain section and you see these Pokemon interact with each other and you can take photos of it. Ooh. So it kind of had Pokemon Snap in it. So maybe in this game they'll continue that trend. Where you could just kind of, like, supposedly Pokemon are going to be out in the wild and you could just see them. And you run up to, like, you see a Gyarados in the water, you can go run up to that Gyarados in the water. Yeah,
that'd be terrifying.
It would be super terrifying. But let's go probably to our biggest segment, for sure, is, let's talk about this game. Like, we talked about it a little bit, but let's talk about Fortnite versus PUBG. And why is the Fortnite hype so much...
Can we just not, like, compare the two anymore? Because
They're a little different.
They're different. They're different enough to not talk about them in the same...
They're the same genre of game.
That's it, though.
They're a battle royal game.
Me and my brother were having this argument before he left my house. And he was like, oh, well, it's the same thing. You're in a party of 100 and you just try to survive and kill people. I was like, yeah. But just like in PUBG, there's driving, there's weapon attachments, there's more micromanaging.
Yes.
From what I understand, gunshots are more realistic and work differently than how they do on Fortnite.
Yeah,
Fortnite, that alone makes it a different game.
Fortnite's about building. There's no vehicles.
Fortnite is strictly about having fun.
Yeah.
Fortnite is strictly a game for fun. PUBG, however, is a more serious game. It has a more EA Sports quality to it than
hardcore
Fortnite
element
does. Yes. For 100% sure. Because I don't care what everybody says, Fortnite is still... A lot of the battles are still 50-50 with shotguns. I mean, you have guided missiles, right? You completely take your vision away for however long you want to guide.
Well, why do you like this game so much, and why is the hype so...
Because it's entertaining, because it's
like
fun.
It's so... Are you ever think it's going to die down or no?
Oh, for sure.
Because you've talked about it on the podcast, so you never explained why you really love it.
It's hard to describe why this game is enjoyable.
Yeah.
Especially because there really isn't a single reason why it is so good.
Do you like it because it's free?
That has a lot to do with it, to tell you the truth. I mean, the fact that it is completely free, the fact that you don't even need
online to play it.
You can just jump on and just go
and play. Yeah.
And
with PUBG, I think it's at least $20.
I think at least 20.
Yeah, to jump in.
But I mean, that does have a lot to do with it, or at least a lot to do with me getting into it initially.
But it's
now I've dumped the money. I buy skins.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I bought.
But their microtransactions have nothing to do with the game itself. It's just
they're all
cosmetic.
You got to make money somehow on a free game.
Well, for sure, absolutely, you got to.
Yeah.
You got
especially when it gets
battle pass and stuff like that.
Think about what this game did in 3 months.
Yeah.
All right, I'm talking about from the end of December to now. I remember, that was the first battle pass that they had out that actually gave you things as you progress through it.
Yeah.
And on top of that, it didn't just give you another reason to want to play, but it was giving you things to play.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, go ahead, play a bunch of matches. We'll give you 100 V-Bucks down the line, or we'll give you some icon, or you get I think it was the worm. It was either the worm or the floss. One of the two was actually in the free set of the first one. I can't remember what it was, and everybody wanted it. It was the only way you could get it at the time. It wasn't in the shop yet.
I'll tell you why I like it. I think it's for me. It's not hard to describe why it's enjoyable. I hope I got my point across a little bit during the original video. I'll probably have more of better points in the second video I upload for you guys. Again, thank you for watching it. You guys seemed to. Hopefully, you guys could just jump in. It's free. Give it a shot. Just try it out. Xbox, PS4. It'll be on Switch eventually. iOS. I think it's official iOS now, right?
Only iOS.
iOS right now. Eventually, I'm sure they'll do an Android version, stuff like that down the line. This game's doing wildfire. I can't tell you the secret or the reasoning why the hype is so real and why how it has basically made League of Legends the second best game ever on Twitch, which I never thought would happen. And then the PUBG crowd is kind of dying down a little bit. It's not as prevalent. PUBG's still going to be a very popular game. It's always going to do things. But Fortnite's doing double the triple numbers with a game that looks very inferior to, in a lot of people's eyes, a lot of people that are graphic whores and stuff like that really like more realistic look.
I was going to say that's the difference in the... I mean, that's the biggest difference in the games is the fact that PUBG's a more realistic version of the
where Fortnite's more of a cartoony look.
Fortnite's a lot of people like a cartoon.
But a lot of people don't like that look, though, Chad. A lot of people don't. But this game has done.
And you know who else doesn't care? The 30-something million people that are playing the goddamn game.
Yeah, I understand that, but there's other people. You don't have to
Okay, we'll put it this way.
Yeah.
There's a list of reasons why a lot of people enjoy Fortnite more than they enjoy PUBG. Not knocking on PUBG. PUBG is a good game. It's great in its own right. It had its own hype. It still has its own hype. It's still
it came out before Fortnite,
it's
right?
It's more than likely going to be an esport. It was for sure. I'm almost 100% sure.
It was like a year or two ago, right?
I think it's probably at least a year and a half.
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea. I never played it. I really don't know how long it was in early access until you could actually buy it. But Fortnite gets weekly, sometimes 2 updates a week.
Yeah.
You know?
They constantly are fixing
the
shit
game out of the game.
Yeah.
They're constantly putting new stuff in the game. And no offense, but publishers take notes. You know? Like, if you want your game to succeed, listen to your community and
they do.
And
they
work
absolutely.
On it. I mean,
I wish 2K would listen to us a little bit more.
Well, I want to say this isn't a problem, but truthfully, I've only heard it coming from people talking about Epic games. Paragon is the perfect example. Paragon came out, people didn't like it the way it was, they changed it. Then some people didn't like it the way it was again, and then they changed something else. Yeah, like it's hard to make people happy when you're playing a specific style game. With something as simple as this, all you really have to do is support it.
Yeah.
And make it run fine. And
the thing about it, though, like, it is simple, but it has so much depth to the game.
There's a lot.
Like, the skill building
but there's a lot of ways to play
incredible.
Too.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Some people want to play stealthy. They don't want to be shooting up the map.
Yeah. Some people are
a quarter of the map wants to just go to tilted and shoot as many bullets as they can.
Are you a solo player or are you a squad guy?
I'd rather play in squads. I've played more squad matches than I have combined solo and duos.
Yeah. I'm more of a squad guy too. I don't really like. That's the thing about Fortnite.
I'll play solo squads before I play solos.
Yeah. Like I occasionally will drop in a solo to warm up a little bit every once in a while.
It's a completely different. It's a completely different game.
Yeah.
Solo and like even solo to duos. Like duos has more of the group mechanic to it.
Yeah, for sure.
But solos if you're not watching your back, you're screwed.
Or our version of duos when it's 2 against 4.
Yeah. Those are fun.
Or we're like, oh my god.
I've actually been doing a lot of that where I've been playing duo sniper squads.
Yeah. It's fun. It's super fun. I like the reason why I like the game. I think it's simple, but it has a lot of depth to it. It's super fun. But again, I only play it multiplayer. It's not a game I can play by myself regularly.
The silly things too, you know, the boogie bombs, the traps.
Yeah, they added Easter costumes now. They have a bunny costume.
Yeah, you should see me.
Yeah, what happened?
I'm a disco dancing bunny, bro.
It's
awesome.
They have, it's really cool. They are listening to the community. It is a huge success story. I wish I could tell you, a little bit more being in the industry and stuff, but I don't know. Like, I don't know the secret. It's just, I guess they just really listen to their fans and just...
It's not necessarily that there's a secret to it. It's...
Just enjoy it for what it is.
To honestly tell you, it's almost like it's trying to compete with Call of Duty and everything else.
Yeah.
I know.
What, you mean pub?
Both of them. That genre is trying to compete with this genre.
Well...
And remember how people have been talking about this for 10 years. Nothing's ever going to pass Call of Duty. Call of Duty is always going to sell the most games every single year just because it's Call of freaking Duty. Excuse me.
You're good. You're fine.
I mean, shit. I don't like Call of Duty that much, and I've bought Call of Duty games just because they're Call of Duty games.
Like, this is a pretty, I think a staggering stat I read recently that the Battle Royale games, PUBG and Fortnite, they make up like a good 30% of viewing on Twitch.
Yeah, which
is insane.
But I think that also comes with the entertainment value of the game itself.
Yeah.
It's not that entertaining to go watch a bunch of people play team deathmatch matches in Call of Duty.
Yeah, for sure. Unless they kind of have a skill or something.
Well, even then, it's
like
it's
an
boring.
e-sport.
It's the same thing.
There's millions of people that go watch it.
But I think it's less technical than Go. And
I think Fortnite is trying to become an esport now too. I think they signed a couple people.
They're trying to. I don't know why though. It's not. The only way it is an esport is if you're playing on PC, and even then, it's a joke.
Yeah.
To that point, like.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a challenge that if you're playing it on a console without a mouse and keyboard, it's harder to play the game than it is on a mouse and keyboard.
How long?
That's more of a challenge.
This is just, we're reaching for straws here. But how long do you think until the hype's over?
Dude, it may be a while.
Yeah.
I could easily see both these games getting supported fully for another 2 years easily without being changed at all.
Yeah.
And the only thing that might make the hype slow down is if Black Ops is insanely good.
Yeah, like I agree with you a little bit. It's
interesting.
Move on to our...
Because that's, I mean, it fits, like I said, it fits that same category. Like, people who've been playing World at War, or World War II, might be kind of sick of it by now. Yeah. And Fortnite's still the same.
This is a big sign from my little cousin, which you're going to see in the second video. He's not so little anymore. He's taller than me.
They never are little for very long.
Yeah, and he's 25 now, so love you, Jacob. You're going to see him go off in this next video. It's going to be insane. But I know I keep hyping the video. But he was a strictly Call of Duty player. He played Call of Duty for money. He was really good at Call of Duty. He was incredibly good. He's incredibly good at Fortnite, but he completely quit Call of Duty for Fortnite. He plays Fortnite like every night. And that alludes to you what you said about the Call of Duty stuff. And I asked him personally, I'm like, why? And I'll reiterate this again in the next episode of, Fortnite. But he was just like, oh, it's free to play, and I'm just kind of getting tired of Call of Duty. It's kind of the same thing.
It's been the same thing over and over again.
And I made the argument. I'm like, well, Fortnite's kind of the same thing every match too, though. And he goes, yeah, but I have more fun doing it, and it's just more to it.
Even though it might seem like it's the same thing every match. Like, I joined this one group of people that really, they only like landing at a specific spot. They literally land at every single game. No.
Shout out to the Aussies.
We like to land wherever. But they literally land in the one spot every single game. And, I mean, even me to a point where it was like, I kind of hate landing at this one spot all the time. It's not always very active. Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Sometimes there's great loot, sometimes there's not. I mean, it is a 50-50 kind of thing. But every time we land there, the game's not the same. We might not run off in the same direction afterwards. God knows who's going to come running up our backside. The game's always different. And that goes to add to the fun that he's talking about.
Yeah.
I think that little subtle changes makes it fun to play.
Yeah, those different interactions. Because you're right, you might not have the same interaction. Yeah. But towards the end you will. You're going to have to be in a war in the end, for sure.
Yeah, but it's not always the same.
Yeah, but you got to build a fort and stuff. You're going to see
not necessarily. I barely ever build.
Well, you'll see some of the higher skill players, man. They
build a shitload.
They're incredible.
Does he play on a mouse and keyboard, or does he play on a controller?
No, he plays PS4.
Yeah, but you can still play on a mouse and keyboard.
Nah, you hear.
I mean, that's cool. If he's playing on a controller, that's awesome.
You hear.
But like most people,
what he's building.
Most people are streaming on Twitch.
Yeah, they're usually mouse and keyboard. Yeah,
right.
Like
even if they're playing on a console, they're playing mouse and keyboard.
I mean, valid point. But you'll see it for yourself one day. You're gonna be so impressed. It's like, I'm just like,
it'd be fun.
I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, how do you like? It makes me want to get better at it. But let's go to our next point. Dragon Quest XI finally gets a release date for the West, September 6th, 2018. Switch version coming much later. This is strictly for PS4. Strictly for PS4. Strictly for PS4. And sad news to all 3DS fans. It's not coming over.
That's not a bad thing, though.
I
don't think that game deserves to be on a 3DS.
It's just a little weird to me that you, after they had their Nintendo Direct and they're still supporting the 3DS, why not bring a great game like that over to 3DS?
Why? Well, but
they don't want to.
The same point, would they have to actually scale it back any to put it on the 3DS? And I think they would.
The thing is, it's two different games. Like, the 3DS version is already made, Chad. It's done.
Oh.
This is what I'm talking about. Like, they're just not bringing it over.
It's fine.
Like, they're just not bringing it over. Because this Dragon Quest XI been announced a couple years ago.
Even though I think there's still a lot of people who play their 3DSs here.
Bro, people are super hyped for Dragon Quest XI. People cannot wait to play it.
I think most Americans or North Americans have Switches and have probably moved on from their 3DSs.
A little bit. You would think so, but they're putting Luigi's Mansion, putting all this other stuff on it.
You're not taking into account everybody else though.
Well, yeah, you're right, but I would
Those aren't necessarily just for us.
Well, like again, I think that's why they should just move all into the Switch and just let the 3DS go a little bit. The thing is, though, Dragon Quest on 3DS kind of made its comeback in America a lot because they put all the 3DS games on there, all the remakes anyway.
No, the Last Builders wasn't just 3DS, was it? Wasn't it on PS4 too?
Yeah, and it's gonna be on Switch. It's on Switch now, I think. Xbox One. It's everywhere. But this game, a lot of people are very excited. PS4 or Switch for you? The Switch won't be out for a while now.
PlayStation.
Yeah.
That's one of those. That's like saying would I rather play God of War on my 60-inch television or a 10-inch screen.
Are you like excited for? Like you think Dragon Quest is a good game that's gonna be good?
I'm excited to see what other people think about it.
Because a lot of people's eyes, their favorite still was 8. Like 8, well, a lot of people really love 8 on PS2. They put it on 3DS with new characters on 3DS.
I want to think of this as this game's major entry into the United States.
In a long time, for sure.
And I'm kind of thinking of it a lot like Persona. Like, how are people going to react to it? How well is it going to sit with RPG fans here?
Yeah.
Because, obviously, hardcore RPG fans in the United States aren't really about that style of game.
Yeah.
They're more Dark Souls. They like that. They're more or
less
lesser
like
that kind
but
of...
they're like...
Yeah.
But it is growing. Like, JRPG...
No, it is, but it's...
People still like JRPGs. Like, still people like...
A lot of people complained about Persona because of how, like, the length of it. Like, if you think Persona's a long game...
Yeah.
Dragon Quest is going to put that to shame.
Probably. You're probably right.
That's a fact.
Like, Xenoblade, I didn't think I'd put 200 hours into that.
Dragon Quest is usually...
Are you kidding me?
I'm going to say... Probably at least 250.
Oh my god. I don't know if this one will be, but you might be right.
Why not?
Like,
why wouldn't it be?
It's going to be interesting. It's finally good to hear a release date for it, some news about it. It's been a while. I'm glad it's finally coming out this year. Another sleeper. So...
Those amiibos are going to be sick.
I don't know if they do amiibos for it.
Why wouldn't they? The Dark Souls one's ridiculously cool.
I know, that's really awesome.
I actually
that shocked me.
Buy it.
That really shocked me.
Never bought an amiibo before in my life.
Like that really shocked me that they did a Dark Souls.
There's money, bro. Take advantage of your opportunities. You have the opportunity to make.
No, you're right, but just by their track record, they only really just do their Nintendo things. They never really did third-party stuff. Besides Shovel Knight.
But technically, it's kind of their thing now because they're getting Dark Souls.
Well, the thing about Dark Souls, it's not exclusive. They're putting it back on PS4 and Xbox One as well.
But it's kind of gonna feel like it's Nintendo's own thing because
the portability for sure.
That's the only way you can play it portable.
But the thing is, I hope it works well.
I don't see why it wouldn't.
Well, online, well.
Well, I don't. That's the thing. I don't think software would let that game not perform well.
So back to
especially leading up to hype for their new game.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, which we'll hopefully hear at E3. A little bit of E3 wins still.
Didn't that come out around the same time?
Which one?
Dark Souls for the Switch.
It's May. It comes out everywhere for May.
So that's what I'm saying. You get a little bit of From Software hype right before E3, and then
yeah. But the E3 wins blowing a little bit.
It's starting to stir.
Like it's starting to get there. We're feeling the hype.
We're fermenting.
We're feeling the hype. But
we're starting to carbonate.
When will we see this game again, Chad? When will we see Final Fantasy VII Remake? Do we see it again this year?
I honestly don't want to see it again this year.
We haven't seen it for like 3 years.
Yeah, but since they kind of said they were necessarily restarting...
It kind of sounded like they were doing a restart.
That's what it kind of sounded like. I don't want to see it until they have Episode 1 damn near done and they're showing me gameplay.
Yeah.
If it's not gameplay, I don't want to see it. Because a CG trailer of something I've played or seen a zillion times, not that it's not going to be cool as hell, Of course, it's cool, but that's not. I don't want to see that. I want to see this game. I want to see this game actually make some progress, be worked on.
So
you actually have some. Cause I don't think it's a PS4 game, and I think that's why they're restarting. I think this is going to be.
It might be both.
No, I really don't think so. I think this is going to be their.
Okay.
We're coming into our PlayStation 5 bashing home runs.
So that goes to my second question, and shout out to Chuck, who watches, a good friend of mine who watches the channel. He said PS5 is announced this year. Do you agree? I don't think so.
I wouldn't be surprised if it actually got announced this year. You're not going to hear specs or anything about that, or anything like that about it until next year.
The reason why I don't think so is just they keep selling PS4s like crazy.
I want to agree with that, but they have to make the
jump first.
And since Xbox technically has already made that step, even though the Scorpio isn't technically
so is it another half
console,
step, or is it actually PS5?
No, it's going to be PS5 for sure. Because getting back into it, I don't think Xbox is going to make that leap anytime soon. I think the One X is going to sit around for a while. It's going to be the games of service kind of thing. Like I think that's what they're more leaning to.
The streaming, yep.
Which kind of sucks.
Yep. Brilliant idea, though.
No, it's not a bad idea, just as long as they can nail it. What'll really help them is if they can actually bring back some older games and clean them up.
Yeah, make them look a little better.
Not even make them. I don't want Halo 2 to be a modded mess.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I don't want to end up in a server and 90% of the people are cheating or hacking. Or
I'm with you. Like I understand what you're thinking. I just with the 80 million going to be sold to PS4, it's not dying down anytime soon.
No, it's not. But that's also why I think that PlayStation can afford to make this jump, because I think they have been working on it.
Probably,
and
absolutely.
Something they've had in their back pocket, and I think Square itself had to determine when this was going to happen.
Yeah,
because that's really Sony's like home run hitter is Square Enix. In my eyes, when I think PlayStation, I think shit. Why can't I think of the Uncharted people?
Naughty Dog.
Yeah, I think Naughty Dog, and I think Square Enix.
In 2002, I would think Square Enix.
Last of Us 2.
But we're in 2018.
Last of Us 2 is going to be a generation ender.
Probably.
Square is going to kick it off.
That's
why you're not going to get Last of Us this year. Last of Us 2 is going to be a next year title.
That's why
you're going to get Kingdom Hearts 3 at the end of this year, and then Final Fantasy VII Remake is going to be a PS5 possible launch title.
I think Kingdom Hearts for sure is going to come out this year.
But it has no choice. It has to.
And
it's been too long.
That's the reason why we haven't heard anything about 7, because Kingdom Hearts is the next in line, just like 15.
But
15, we didn't hear anything about Kingdom Hearts.
That's why I said Square had to make a decision.
Yeah.
Which one are we going to finish? Let Nomura go finish Kingdom Hearts because it's closer to being done.
If they do announce a new console, it won't be at E3. The reason why I say so is because with PS4, they had their own press conference with it, and they unveiled it out again.
No, E3 would be the best place to announce a new console.
Well, I'm just saying, with PS4, they broke that model, though. They didn't do that.
I know, but it's...
And a lot of people got super hyped. They're like, oh, like oh my god, like before
people
E3.
People just hype when you do something new anyways.
It's true, but at E3, I think you need to, like, their E3, like you said, it's going to be spectacular.
Yeah, but
it's going to be all games.
Yeah, but just announcing that the fact that there will be a PS5, you're going to see more about it next year.
Yeah.
Just saying that alone. Or just even, like, possibly showing you a glimpse of what
or a logo or something.
And then the logo, and then it fades to black.
I agree with, but don't roll it out.
It's not going to be like this big old...
Yeah.
Here's the PS5. It's gonna run at this. That's not what you're gonna see.
Yeah, that's why I don't want
at E3. It's just gonna be like, hey, it's in the works. You'll see more about it next year.
But I think we would see PS5 a little sooner if Xbox One X Scorpio was doing a lot better. But since it's not really,
I don't think so.
I think so.
I think the Scorpio was.
If you feel the heat from the other company, you want
the Scorpio was more Xbox's answer to PlayStation making the Pro.
Yeah, a little bit for sure. Absolutely.
Even though Scorpio technically was in development before the Pro, I guess, but I'm sure the Pro was being worked on the same time.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I
absolutely.
think that was kind of their, their way of saying, hey, we have the strongest console. If you want to play Call of Duty in these games in the best way, come pick up us. And I mean, it's true. It's not a lie. It's not false advertisement at all. That is 100% correct. You want to play the best version of any AAA across platform games, go buy an Xbox One.
Yeah,
For sure. But that's all you're going to be playing on it. Is your Call of Duties, your 2Ks, your sports games.
yeah, for sure.
You're not going to be
Absolutely.
playing a Persona. You're not
Yeah.
going to be playing. Is Monster Hunter on Xbox?
Huh?
Is Monster Hunter on Xbox?
Yeah, it is.
I wasn't sure if it was all across all three.
But it's sold. I guarantee it sold more on.
Because I know it's not out on PC yet.
I think it's PS4, Xbox One, and then
And
PC.
PC's in the future, but
Yeah.
I know it's not out on PC yet.
PC will be a little bit more. Capcom, they like to do consoles first, then PC later. Usually, that's kind of their trend. Same thing with some of the Tales company and stuff like that. Namco Bandai, they put their games on PS4, Xbox One first, and then shove it onto PC or PS4 exclusive because a lot of those have been exclusives.
True.
But I just think you got to keep your PS4 going. You're killing it. All the new exclusives coming out are gonna be great.
No, but it's not slowing down. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
even if they were to announce, say, hey, in 2020 you're gonna get the P5. I mean,
That'd be pretty cool. I think that's the perfect time, 2020.
yeah, 2020, because it won't be next year. Last of Us is a PS4 game. They've said this.
Yeah.
They've come out and said that Last of Us is going to be on the PlayStation 4. So you can almost bank your bottom dollar that Last of Us is going to do exactly what Last of Us did last time. They're going to close out the PS3. They're going to close out the PS4.
Swan Song. Yeah, I kind of agree. I think that's a big possibility too.
It makes
Because I don't
sense.
think Last of Us is this year.
Because
I think it's next
was
year.
Uncharted 3 a PS4 original title or PS3 original title?
PS3. Uncharted 4,
PS4.
PS4 exclusive. So
And this goes back to me saying, like, when I think of PlayStation, I do think of Naughty Dog and Square.
yeah.
Naughty Dog usually does kick off and end PlayStation lifetimes.
Usually, yeah, because they had a big bang. The thing about Sony, I respect. We said many times on the podcast, they let their guys work, man. They don't push these guys. God of War is going to be beautiful. Detroit Become Human is going to be beautiful. I'm probably going to do a live stream with that where you guys probably make all the horrible choices for me.
Wait, Detroit's?
May.
But Detroit's,
PS4 exclusive.
is it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
I didn't
their
know that.
studio. It's Quantum.
I'll back up. I didn't know that. I
Yeah.
didn't know that at all.
Yeah, that's their
That
exclusive.
actually, I think, hurts Detroit.
Which one? Being exclusive?
Being an exclusive for PlayStation. I think that's actually going to hurt it in the long run.
They own Quantum, though. That's why.
I still think it's probably a bad idea, but yeah, I get why it's happening.
It's gonna sell good now.
Oh, yeah.
It'll sell probably 2
But
million.
no, I didn't know. I went over my head. I had no idea.
Yeah. Spider-Man's their exclusive.
That,
you
I knew.
know.
That's
like-
an Insomniac thing.
Everything they're doing, exclusive-wise, is so beautiful. I'm sure we'll see a couple extra surprises for next year.
When do you think Spider-Man comes out?
We talked about it last time. I still think it's I think September to October, in my opinion.
It
Even with
can't-
Red Dead, I understand that.
It can't. There's
but-
no way it's going to launch with
Because Red Dead is the end of October.
I
You
could-
want to stay away from that. But if you have the other 3 weeks, you're going to be okay.
I wouldn't mess with Red Dead at all.
Yeah.
Bro, I
A
know,
lot of
like,
people are going to avoid it anyway.
I know like 40 people have already pre-ordered Red Dead.
Yeah, I know. Red Dead's going to sell a lot of money.
They've already pre-ordered it. We're only in March.
Like,
We're
you know,
only in
Red
April.
Dead...
My bad. April Fools. We're not in March anymore. My bad.
April Fools, for sure. But
I've had
no,
issues
people
so
had that
much.
pre-ordered when it was announced like a year and a half ago.
It's crazy.
Like, day one.
They're
Boom!
like me with Mass Effect. I was like, oh, Andromeda, blink.
Bloom, like, you know,
And I was
interest.
like, oh, Andromeda.
Yeah. But with Red Dead, you're right. Red Dead's going to sell well. I just think it's hard to compete with Call of Duty as well if they dropped it in November.
Is Red Dead coming out on Switch?
No.
Oh my god.
I don't think it can run on Switch, man.
Talk about console pusher.
That'd be insane if it could. If they broke that news, holy.
What?
But I do agree
Not
with a
that
lot of people.
Rockstar
A lot
doesn't already make a shitload of money.
A lot of people, I do agree with what Rockstar's probably thinking, because I think LA Noire on Switch is a test run to see if...
If Vice can do it.
Well,
Or
if people will buy
GTA can do it.
Like, yeah, if people can buy it, like, well, if people buy it on Switch,
If they remastered Vice City for Switch, do you think it would sell?
it'd be incredible. But the thing is, they're not going to remaster Vice City.
No, because they wouldn't. They would make a new game. I know their
Grand Theft Auto 6 is Vice City.
Their policy on redoing games is we don't do it. So
you're right.
They make new games. They don't.
But Grand Theft Auto 6 will be Vice City. That's the rumor. It's going to be in Miami.
Oh, it'll be back in Miami.
Yep.
It's not necessarily going to be Vice City again.
Yeah, it's not going to be called Vice City, but it's Miami.
Miami themed.
It's Miami themed. It's going to be that funny vibe, that 80s vibe. I don't know if it'll be 80s. It might be modern. It might be modern Miami. I wish they would go back to like 80s Miami.
No, a modern would be actually really cool.
Yeah, it would. It'd be dope.
It'd be more gangster.
Yeah,
it'd be more like San Andreas.
Yeah, it's just I thought they were gonna go a lot further with it. Like I said last time on the podcast, I thought because they had these 3 characters you play as. Like, what if you play one in China? When you play one in America, one in Europe?
To make it a global thing?
Yeah, I thought they were gonna do that.
I think that's too big.
And then you're right. Then, but I thought that's what, because you know them, they go ham.
GTA Online is a thing.
But the early rumors was it's originally Grand Theft Auto 6. We know for a fact it originally was gonna be China. They scrapped it. The new rumor.
That's Yakuza.
Vice City. Huh?
That's Yakuza.
Yeah, you know, Yakuza games are prevalent now, and PS4 is selling well.
Like GTA, but Yakuza's GTA.
Yeah.
Just the Asian version.
Well, let's get to our last 2 things, and we'll end the podcast. Destiny 2 had a strange update. Everything.
People still play Destiny?
I think a little bit. Destiny 2 had a update called, they just made everything much faster. Like, it just speed. It's like a speed update.
What?
I think personally the hype's kind of gone with Destiny 2. I don't think we'll see a Destiny 3.
Dead, from what I understand.
I don't think we see a Destiny 3. You think we see a Destiny 3?
No.
I don't think so. I think Bungie moves to something else.
They blew it up, and truthfully, I wouldn't be surprised if Bungie itself dissolved and went away.
I don't think that far. That's harsh, Chad. Harsh, Chad. But
how long did it take them to fix Destiny to begin with?
Destiny 1?
Before it became the game that everybody wanted it to be and was actually really good. Because it was really good after they fixed everything and they made the game they actually wanted it to be.
I agree with that, but I'm not going to lie to you because I always had people to play with. I had a lot of fun with Destiny 1 and 2. Like,
a lot of people have told me the same thing.
Before they even updated it, I had a lot of fun.
I mean...
But, again, I understood what it was.
With good games, they don't just get dropped.
Yeah.
It's just like how me with Monster Hunter right now. I wouldn't consider Monster Hunter a great game in everybody's eyes. Like, not everybody's gonna fall in love with that game.
Well, 8 million would tell you wrong.
But it's a really good. Well, there's 8 million people around the world playing it, not just.
But I mean, selling 8 million. You think Street Fighter would sell be the #1 Capcom seller ever?
No, it actually wouldn't.
I would think Street Fighter would be.
Well, it probably was up until Monster Hunter.
But that's what I would think would be Street Fighter, not Monster Hunter.
I bet you if you went back and looked, it probably was like Street Fighter 4 or Street Fighter 3 or some shit.
Maybe.
More than likely. Because who at the end of the day, who does Marvel vs. Capcom games? Is it Capcom?
It's Capcom.
Then if I had to take a bet, Marvel vs. Capcom 3 would probably be their all-time best-selling video game.
Maybe. I would say 2, maybe.
Maybe even.
A lot of people love 2.
Yeah, but I don't think 2 is ported or
remastered. It did.
Did it get remastered for a lot of the?
Yeah, they did it for 360, PS3, and all that, and it sold but they lost the rights, so you can't buy them anymore.
Oh yeah.
So if you own it, you own it. Yeah. If you don't own it, you're kind of screwed. You missed out. But let's end this with the biggest game coming out this month on the GG's birth month. God of War. We talked a little bit of God of War in a couple podcasts ago. Like 20 podcasts ago?
No, 420.
420, yeah. It's coming out 420.
I don't want to say the Stoner's Holiday, but yeah, the Stoner's Holiday.
It's the Stoner's Holiday for sure. Kids, earmuffs, kids.
Do we have children listening
to
the
podcast? A lot of people are having... I'm pretty sure there's a ton of kids that watch
I hope not.
I hope not, too.
We're bad influences. Sure. You should listen to us.
Like
I'm just kidding.
Alone, I know there's a good amount of sports fans that watch the show.
Sports fans?
My NFL free agency video has over 200 views of me just talking NFL free agency for like 5 minutes.
Throw the hate this way. Throw it all.
Yeah.
I'll take it.
But a lot of people have concerns about the reinvented look of Kratos. Do you have any worries on it?
No. You want to know
why? Like his attitude
because
and stuff.
he has an axe.
Well,
what?
But what about his character? Are you concerned? Do you like him calmer?
All, I don't think he is calmer.
He's holding it in.
Okay.
What do you?
I didn't watch the 20-minute gameplay video that
me either. I didn't watch that either.
Released like a week ago.
I didn't want to watch it.
I don't know what he actually does.
Yeah.
Or acts like.
But you watched the story trailer.
I've only seen the story trailer.
Yeah, me too.
And the little bit they played at PSX or wherever last year.
Yeah.
Couple
months ago. 3 months ago.
I have a feeling that Kratos is trying his best to hold back all of his rage and anger. Just because of what's happened to that kid. But however, there is a specific line, I want to say it's in the newer trailer, where the woman's talking to him or someone's talking to him and she's like, how long are you going to keep this up and keep lying to the kid? You know, obviously there's going to be a breaking point and the real Kratos is going to come out. Yeah,
last time on the podcast you said it would be at the end of the game. Final boss.
I'm kind of thinking it's going to be...
This is a longer God of War, guys. It's 35 hours.
I'm kind of thinking it's going to be earlier in the game. No, but see, it's longer than that.
Probably.
No, because Barlog said it himself. I almost called him Balrog.
That's why I call him too, is Balrog too. Street Fighter!
He said that the person who ran through it and played it for the 40 hours, who got to the end and it took 40 hours, knew the game in and out.
Yeah.
So you're thinking probably anywhere like
probably
minimum
60 hours.
40 hours.
60
maximum
hours
like 60 plus.
Yeah. I can see that for sure.
That's a big God of War
That's
game.
A huge God of War. But do you like this new direction, this new look?
I do. It gives Kratos some sense of responsibility.
Yeah.
Gives him an extra few layers for you to peel through.
Yeah.
It's not just
it's just really interesting because I've been looking at, GameFAQs boards and NeoGAF boards and looking at the boards and the comments in the YouTube channel and stuff like that and just seeing, a lot of people are really kind of worried about this God of War. Like he's more calmer and they don't like that.
I don't get it.
But
the dude's wielding an axe.
Yeah.
How is he calmer? What?
He
if anything, that's more ruthless than he was before with the dual blades.
I think this is, a really good direction. I think storytelling is my favorite part about video games.
He gets the axe.
You and the axe, Chad. Simmer down with the axe, Chad.
No, dude, I have a feeling like the axe is going to be a huge part of the game. And not just the game
clearly,
itself,
it's
but
what
the
he
story.
uses now.
Because, what's holding him back from using any of his Spartan powers?
And they actually...
Or God...
In that story trailer, they show him... when he's talking to that lady with that mirror room, that's the other dimensions for other, realms he can go to. He's not a god of this universe. Obviously, it's Norse mythology. That's how he gets there.
But he's still a god.
No, he is. He knows it. And that's why when he was arguing with his son, he's like, you can't treat gods this way. But you can't do this to gods. And he's like, how do you know? Blah, blah, blah. It's like, well, I am one. And I did. I did, that little line right there shows so much character growth for him already. Well, and I like that.
You kind of... Because I don't think you ever really get a sense of his... Or him feeling remorse throughout the first couple games. The only time you kind of got that sense is the one where he had to fight his brother.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, the prequel to all of it.
That one's...
Is it the prequel to 2?
Yeah, it's the prequel to 2.
I don't remember.
That one, that was my favorite one.
Well, with his brother, with Demos or
yeah, Demos. Yeah, that was my favorite one. I love that one a lot.
With the
Platinum it.
The Wraith boss at the end.
Yeah, it was really cool. It was awesome.
Yeah,
that was a really great one. I like this change in them. I like storytelling. It's always my favorite part about video games, is the storytelling.
I'm gonna add one thing.
Go ahead.
For the people who are actually upset about Kratos' demeanor.
Yeah.
You remember how he handled issues in the first one? Or the first couple?
Yeah, just killing.
Yeah.
Ruthlessly.
Do you know what he does in this game? When he's faced with the same thing?
He kills, still.
With his fists!
And an axe.
With his freaking fists!
And an axe, too.
Oh, I'm excited to beat the shit out of some.
Are you a little concerned about this aesthetic of Last of Us? Because this is kind of the label that's been thrown around.
No, because it kind of actually looks like this kid is going to be your companion and not someone you actually have to, like, play as multiple times throughout the game.
You don't play as Ellie.
So, yeah, but don't you play as... Isn't there one part of the game where you play... Yeah, there is. You're a liar.
One small part.
And it's like the worst
Slight
part of the game.
spoiler.
It's my least favorite part
JJ,
of that game.
don't watch
It's
this.
actually one of the biggest reasons why I dislike Last of Us was because of that part of the game.
I really like Ellie. I'm excited to be Ellie in Last of Us too.
But he actually looks like he helps you in battles. Like his skills get better as the game progresses.
Are you getting concerned about his voice and his dialogue? Because that one clip they had of...
Why would I care about his voice?
Well, a lot of people kind of feel like he won't shut up enough. Like he just keeps saying the same thing over and over.
He's a fucking kid. Are you people idiots? Do you not like have common sense? That's what kids do. They ask questions. They're
yeah.
Shits.
But I mean,
excuse me, kids.
These are like legit. I mean, this is just
That's
what I'm seeing comment wise and stuff.
That's such a stupid complaint.
Yeah, I agree for sure.
If you're complaining about, okay, there's one thing to say that the voice acting would be bad.
Yeah.
But to say that the kid is getting annoying. I'm sorry for you, buddy. Don't ever have kids. Shit.
But
just like, dude, that's just annoying. That irks me, man.
But just watching that clip and watching a little bit of God of War being played, I can see why people would say that for sure.
I don't get it.
Like
they're trying something new.
Yeah.
And to make what was a very boring game to play by the time the third one came around, because all you do is button mash.
Yeah. I don't know. I really am
some kind of depth.
I'm a really big fan of hack and slash. I love Devil May Cry, God of War.
Levi, we haven't had a game like that in how long?
Bayonetta 2, like a couple years ago.
And I never played Bayonetta.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
But this goes to my point. Like, how long do you think it's been since someone's played a mainstream hack and slash game like God of War? Probably since God of War.
Maybe Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition that came out a couple years ago as well. It sold pretty well.
That's a stretch, though.
It sold pretty well digitally. I know
that's
for
still
sure.
A stretch.
Like,
I wouldn't consider God of War level hype.
Yeah, I agree with that. But you know, people want new Devil May Cry.
Oh no, of course, people want a new Bayonetta.
They did remaster, DMC as well. So I mean, people bought that one, played that one a lot. Hack and slash is still prevalent, and it will be back with Devil May Cry 5, hopefully. Hopefully. But we'll end it on that note. I think God of War is going to be fantastic. What do you think it's going to be rated?
MA.
No, not rated. I'm sorry. Like,
mature, dog.
No, like, what's going to be the score? The review scores, and what's going to be the Metacritic in your eyes?
I'm going to say it's going to be like a 9.3.
Okay. What about Metacritic? From 100. It goes from 100.
We're going to go a little higher. We're going to say it's a 97 on Metacritic. I'm
going to say it's a 94 on Metacritic. And then its reviews, you're going to see a lot of 9.5s and 10s, I think.
Was it Zelda that got a 99 on Metacritic?
I think it has a 97.
What's the one that almost made it perfect? I thought it was Metacritic.
I think for the first month, Zelda, it was almost perfect.
Oh, it's gone down since.
But then. It's 97 now. I think Mario Odyssey's 97, which I think both of those are a little high personally for those games. I think, because
I think Zelda's high. I don't think Mario's high.
Oh no! Just after beating it and playing it, I think that's just the step.
My opinion. It's my opinion. That's all it is.
No, I understand. I just think to break the Metacritic record and stuff. I think that's just a little fluff, in my opinion, personal opinion. Because a great Metacritic score, 92, 93, 95, like that's fine, that's perfect, that's great.
Okay, I think this.
But I think it's gonna be a 94. God of War 94 Metacritic.
I think this God of War game is gonna revolutionize the way QuickTime events are used in games.
Is that back? It obviously is.
It looked like there are going to be
some
QuickTimes. Because it would only make sense for that's like the kind of how a Spartan Rage works anyways.
That's what it seems like, yes. You gotta
well, it's a build up and then it gets used and then obviously, there's no way that's not a somewhat scripted scene of you hopping on that dude's face and then breaking off his horn and then punching him in the jaw and then holding him down and trying to get your son to shoot him. Like, that's definitely going to be some form of either QuickTime button press mashes or you know what? I wouldn't be opposed to just making those cutscenes. Especially if there's not a lot of them. Most fights are you using QuickTimes. Some of them are you just kind of going into cutscenes where, like in the trailer, that's like almost a learning experience for the kid.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm super excited.
But it also looked like you could have controlled the kid when he was shooting that arrow, so I'm not really sure.
Yeah, you might be able to switch between the two. That's a good point.
I kind of don't want to switch,
just for a second.
I don't want to be able to freely switch between them.
Yeah.
If there's a situation like that, where we're gonna put Kratos in this situation where he has to do this.
Yeah,
so
and then you
son
switch to
has to do something else.
Like you said, like when he's holding down the ogre.
Yeah.
And then you just switch to him and you shoot the arrow.
Yeah.
And you switch right back. And
or like there might be some point in the game where you come up to a puzzle.
Because I think that is
Kratos has to hit a switch over here, and oh my God, Kratos is too big to fit through this hole. Yeah. You have to send the kid through, and the kid does the rest.
Last of Us did a really great job with that, with Ellie actually feeling alive, like actually really helping you. She knew every situation. It's very few times that the immersion was broken.
I don't think they did that great of a job at it.
For its time, it was.
Well, you're right.
For its time.
Looking back at it now.
Now, maybe, yeah.
Because there's other
but
games.
You can't take away those 200 Game of the Year awards.
No, you're right. But it also came out a shitty year.
So. Towards the end, for sure. But it still made buku on PS4. So.
I bought it.
Yeah, I do too. I got it somewhere.
Actually, I got it free for my purchase of my PlayStation 4.
And I got my Steelbook signed.
Thanks to said company.
But we'll end it here. Anything you want to we'll end it here. We did an hour 30 for you guys.
Fortnite hype is real. Go Red Sox.
Go get God of War.
Pre-order it if you want.
Go get God of War. Go get Ni no Kuni, Far Cry, and
don't go get Ni no Kuni. Don't go overwhelming yourself.
And get MLB The Show as well.
You should buy Ni no Kuni though. It's really good.
They're all really good. They're all fantastic games.
I'm not getting the show.
But thank you guys so much. We're so close to 14,000 views. Thanks for all the love, all the new subs. I gave you guys a shout out. Much, much love. Thanks to Chad again for jumping back on the podcast.
We should set a benchmark for this video.
Though. Actual 20th episode. What's your benchmark?
If we can get 20 likes on this video,
okay.
The next podcast, Levi will be doing some Fortnite dances.
For sure. Absolutely.
20 likes.
That's all we're at. That's not a lot. Because we usually average 60 on the video.
I'm trying to be realistic. I think we can hit 20 because I'm instantly going to go like one. I'm instantly going to like it because I want to see him dance.
But it's been fantastic. Thanks again, Chad.
Put it in the comments. What dance is he doing?
And also, tell me what games you guys are picking up. Did you agree with us on certain subjects? Did you not get, or you did not? Tell us what you think. What do you think about Switch? What do you think about everything that's going on in the gaming world? Strictly a gaming episode for you guys. Thank you so much. Your fella, Straussman, the GG, Chad, the Bearded Wonder. We're outie.